D first. He's first in the chat. Nice. Dude, I saw your live stream with Luke today, man. You guys were on it today.
Which one?
You guys were on live stream this morning, I think. No, not live stream. You guys did a kind of a roundtable thing.
With with Luke?
Yeah, wasn't it this morning?
No, that was a replay from last week, I think. But it's funny.
Wow.
I like clicked on this video. I'm just like, wait, that's me. How did I get there?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it seemed like it was today, right? And just with all of the stuff that's going on. I mean, today, bloodbath. But
oh my gosh, I'm sure people are gonna want to hear from you about that.
Oh, dude, today was like Christmas for me. I went crazy. I bought everything. I went ham on everything.
I love it. All right. Well, we are live. So Will of D, Alex, what's going on? Hello. But let's wait. Hold on. I want to hear your thoughts, man. So absolute bloodbath today.
Oh yeah,
it's got me shaking in my boots. But no, I mean, there's tremendous opportunity out there.
So we've seen this before, right? If you remember during, I even remember the days burned into my head. March 11th, 2020 is when everybody went into lockdown. And if you go back and look at the charts, they look just like they do now. And we came back super fast, right? Not to say that we're going to come back, but, as quickly as that day. But, I'm optimistic and everything's on sale. Man, I went through the marketplace, picked up just tons of cards. And the cool part is, we have the rewards rework, right? That's happening now. And the whole thing is owning your cards. Well, guess what? The cards are as cheap as I've seen them in years.
Yeah.
And to get like even a level 1 team, owning it from summoner to a tank to an off tank to magic and range, you can get a pretty decent team for under $20, and that includes summoner, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing: summoners are super cheap right now too to rent. Yes. So it's like if you wanted to go through and just buy a bunch of monsters and then like slowly level up your summoners over time, because the cheapest one is still General Sloan at $2. So I can understand, somebody who's trying to get into silver, was that like 25 BCX? Or even in gold, like you need like 60 BCX. So you're going to spend like $120 per summoner at the minimum. But you can go in and max out all these rewards cards right now, and then just go rent out the summoners, and you'll be at least hitting the ground running. Yes, and can slowly start to accumulate over time.
But here's the thing, right? Getting a solid team together that you can build up to. I mean, Harclaw right now is like less. It's like $1.25, I think.
You grabbed the max one, didn't you?
I did. I picked up a max one today. I was like, why not? Right. And, at least to either delegate to somebody, or rent it out myself when things go back to normal. But, look at that. $1.57. I remember when that was selling
less than Jin Bilgka. That's actually kind of insane.
It is.
I mean, I'm looking at these guys right here, the rare cards. I mean, these look at this, 4 cents.
Yes, that's outrageous.
It's unreal.
Just completely crazy. But like one of my favorites is Naga Assassin, right?
So there's another one.
2 mana card with swiftness on it that you can max out. Oh, come on.
That's so
for
good.
5 cents.
I mean, my favorite ones here, obviously, I use actually quite a few of them, but Venari Crystalsmith, again, like the fact that this card is like the only life tank healer in modern format. Just for the meta is just and she goes so well with General Sloan too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's a thing, right? We're all getting ready. Again, part of the rework is to get a modern team, right? Most of my cards were from previous iterations, right? But now I've been able to fill in the gaps of my modern deck, right? So I'm ready. And ironically, that's part of what this whole, this giveaway is, right? Is to validate, at least for me, that my collection is modern ready, right? I mean, because that's all we're giving out, right? Or delegating is all modern cards.
Yeah.
So let's see, and we get a chance to watch and see how competitive these decks are really going to be, and get feedback from the community, right?
I agree. So actually, let's go back to the tournament section here.
So I'm going to start delegating out.
Yeah. So let's see. Completed and we'll give it like a couple minutes to see if
Yeah,
the
I
winner
have
is here.
nothing. Yeah,
If not, then I would say people should be happy with whatever they end up getting. But
hey
congrats
guys.
to Auberd. Auberd with a record of 24-4 won the
Yep.
top spot and won it in convincing fashion. Look at this. Like everybody else was kind of tied around the
Yeah.
21 mark. Oh man, look at this. McCoy 14. Will of D, is that you? Will of D, congratulations. You made it. You made it
Oh,
just
very
at the top
nice.
six with that one draw. Look at that. Had
Oh,
you not
boo, good
drawn that
draw.
game,
Boo.
you would have been tied. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
but still, hey, still placed, right? That's what's important.
That's crazy.
So yeah. So hey, man, I'll tell you what. Since you're the first person in the live stream, you want to just let him get first pick or
Let's
no?
do it. We
You
got to
okay?
reward the
All
people
right.
that are here.
So
So
Will, let's give it like 4 more minutes. Oh, actually, you know what? We haven't officially started yet, right? I think 7 o'clock is when we said, right?
sure. Yeah, give it like
it's your show, man. So
oh
however you want
man,
to
you
do it.
know me. I don't. It doesn't really matter to me. So we'll give it 3 minutes. Will, I would say if Auberd doesn't come through beforehand,
Yeah, man.
then you get first pick,
Yeah, let's do
and
it.
then we'll probably just start going down the line here.
Yeah.
So let me just go back through. So congrats to Auberd. Congrats to Malden.
Yep.
Beat by a noob. I do
I like that
recognize
name.
some
That
of
name's
these.
cool. Yeah, I like that name.
Yeah. Oh
Wait,
wait,
Amilo is he? Oh wait,
Amelo,
Amilo's here too. I'm seeing
Amelo's here, I
yeah,
think.
here, so maybe
Oh,
he'll
and
get
then
first.
Antonio, remember he said he was gonna win it. At least he placed, so he got fifth.
Yep, he did. That's good.
Okay. Well, okay, so hang on, Will. It looks like Amelo finished just slightly higher. So if he's the only one here, then
Yep.
you'll get to pick second.
Yeah, that's super cool, though.
I love it. Well, thanks for being here, guys. Well, this is exactly what we wanted. I feel like the people who won last time I didn't know them. I don't think they knew me. So hopefully we'll get to hear back from you all on how this goes. Because there's I think like 4.5 days left in the season. Still?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Now there's a few that might have a timer, and I think so. If there is, then I'll extend it out like a day beyond the end of season, right? So so there'll still be a benefit there.
Yeah. Well, I think the important thing is at least they're going to have it for a couple of days to grind for that end of season. I mean, one grind session should be enough to take you, with whatever deck you get, should be enough to take you up to a little bit of a higher place.
Absolutely.
And then you're leaving this through the end of season, right?
Yep. And
So
then maybe
they'll
one
have that
day
power.
after, just to get a little head start on the next season, right? So
There you go.
so again, and actually the irony is I still have my primary decks, right? So if I'm able to get through, then I'll be fine, right? So
yeah, I was gonna say, like, these are all kind of like modern, actually more specifically
they are
Chaos
modern.
Legion decks. So since we're giving it like a minute or two here, what are the decks that you are currently using as like your primaries? And as a bonus, do you see any of these Chaos Legion decks potentially replacing one of those? Have you had a chance to play with them enough?
Oh yes. So my favorite Chaos Legion deck is Kelia. Easy. It is brutal, right? And I don't have to use any of the old cards, right? Like it is super competitive. Let me bring it up. So let's just go through it, right? So Kelia. So you have Demon Shark, which is just oppressive. And then right behind it is Flying Squid, right? Like,
so good. Yeah.
Wow. Like incredible. River Nymph to deal with all of the poison effects, right? All the negative effects, and it does an attack. Deep Lurker, like what do you need to say about Deep Lurker? Like maxed out, it just puts poison everywhere.
It's so good.
Murdali Guardian to go along with the Demon Shark, right? So it's healing it and it's repairing the armor. So it's fantastic. And then Wave Brood, right? So you can't like do anything.
Yeah. So it's interesting. The way that I play it, I don't know if you've had a chance to use the River Hellendale card, but he gives Inspire. And I usually will put him in instead of like River Nymph for someone, because that +1 just makes everybody so much more brutal.
Then you know what? I'm going to send that card too. So whoever picks Team 5, you're gonna win. You gotta vote.
I wasn't trying to get you to do that. I was just letting you
It's all
know.
good because
Similar flavor.
I don't use it a lot because I have other cards, right? So,
Fair,
but
yeah.
I think I saw a statistic recently that where teams used River Hillendale, they were much more likely to win.
Really?
Yes.
Where
Yep.
did
And it has, it has the also has the
Resurrect.
right? So
Yeah.
if they get one of your cards, on all of these cards are great. So if they kill any one of them,
Mhm.
it's just coming right back, right?
Yeah. So
good
Resurrect
team
will
too.
usually work on it. So obviously it'll usually work on like Wave Brood, right? So if Wave Brood is in the mix, and then just bringing Wave Brood back, and then having him come back with the +1 armor from Kelia usually means that you're going to get 2 more hits of distraction for him, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or if you get what's his name, Demon Shark, he comes back with like 8 armor, like 1 health, but like 8 armor, which is insane.
Yeah,
so.
It's crazy. Yep. All right, so we're after 7, so it's up to you,
after
man.
7, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so if you have won this, please do speak up. If you are part of the top 6, in fact, let me go back to the screen here. So we'll do a little check-in for the top 6. Let me zoom out. There we go. So we got Auberd, Malden, Beat by a Noob, Amelo. I just know him as Antonio, and then Will of D, aka McCoy 14. So I know Amelo's in here, and I know Will of D is in here. So we'll give it like 30 seconds. If nobody else pops in, then Amelo, you get to pick. Then Will of D, you can pick, and then I don't know. Maybe we can take like another 5-minute break.
Yeah.
Or actually, I think you know what? Let's have fun with it. So we'll do 5 minutes, or not 5 minutes. We'll do the first 2, and then we can just have the group vote to see who should get what's
who gets
next.
what. Yeah, you know what? That's awesome. I like that. So
we'll
I will say this: a lot of people have been really depressed, is the right word, around what has been happening crypto wise. But I got to tell you, I have a sense of excitement right now, right? And I didn't think that I would, but it's like, again, I'm always saying, hey, it's like Christmas, right? But we're seeing an opportunity here that may not come back for a long time, and we're right at the point where we're about to have the rewards rework, right? And you're going to be rewarded for owning cards, right? That's the whole point of this. And so now everything has I'm not going to say tanked, because it has tanked. It has tanked to be much more affordable, right? And I'm going to say this is the the affordability rework. I don't know what you want to call it. We have to give it a name, right? But everyone should be able to afford some pretty decent cards that they would not have been able to 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Yeah,
that is for sure.
All right, so
Amelo saying
team 4. What's
team
4? Oh, look at that. Ooh.
Which one was team 4 again?
That's Obsidian, Grun, Queen Mycelia. Yeah, that's a great team too.
Like with the Earth team. All right, Will of D, you get to pick next. So the green deck is taken. Will of D, you can pick, and then we're gonna start opening this up to everybody else to vote.
All right, so I'm actually going to use Peak Monsters for this time rather than the other one that I was doing before.
Cool. All right. Well, I know you'll be working you'll be working doing that. So let me respond to some of the chat here, see what's going on. Druid's Blood is in the house. Razor Games, hello. Alex Bernard, good to see you. Let's see. Will the D Gravity Pushes. Hey, what's going on? So I actually want to take a look and see where some of the other folks finished. I know there's quite a few people that are, or at least quite a few names that I recognize here. So this is Harris. Oh, Harris, just outside Harris at number 8. Oh man. I know High has as well. I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Garlic Bear at 16. Let's go all the way to the bottom and see who had a rough tournament. Oh, this doesn't even go all the way down to 82. So Icebird. Oh man, Song of the Phoenix representing. It's all good. It's all good, Rowan. Tomarabi's in here. Well, we had a strong side. Oh man, Archmage Arias. So Ardenek finished 37th. I think we got to give her some crap.
Oh yeah, of course. She's such a good player, though. That that should tell you how tough the competition was.
Yeah. So have you started delegating already?
I'm starting. Yeah, I'm getting to it now. I had to
Okay.
reset everything.
He's asking if you can delegate it to the Amelo account rather than Amelo M.
Yeah. Just put your in-game name where you want it to go, and that's where I'll set it.
Amelo M isn't. Oh, okay. So Amelo M is, I guess, their silver account. So he's trying to get it to the higher account, which makes sense.
Sure, I have everything.
Will of D is going for 1, huh? You're gonna go for that dragon deck, Will? All right. So while DarkestNyte is starting to work on those, it sounds like Will is gonna go for the dragon deck.
Yep.
Out of the remaining decks, and this is for the folks in the stream. Now, if you did win, if you were one of the top 6, make sure you speak up, because if you're here, we're gonna give you a chance to pick any of the remaining. But if not, we're gonna open this up to the rest of the group to vote on what they think will be the most, or at least the best deck of those that are remaining.
There we go.
So it looks as though Obsidian is going to be taken, and Quicks is going to be taken. So that leaves Thaddeus, General Sloan, Kelia, and Tarsa.
All right. So Amilo. Okay, got it.
AMAILLO.
ILLO. All right. Confirm. Ooh, why is it not doing that?
So for those in the chat, of the remaining ones, Thaddeus Brood, General Sloan, Kelia, and Tarsa. So it's going to be death, life, water, and fire. Oh, I like both of those little opposites there. Which one do you think should go to the next available winner? Which I guess would be first place.
All right, Amilo, can you confirm in chat that you got it?
Oh yes, please do.
All right. Carnage Titan, Kenhouse, Desert.
And then Willa D is going for, okay, looks like you're already on top of it.
Yes.
Let's see. Since everybody's being shy, I think because we were talking about Kelia, probably got to go with Kelia as my next pick. We'll see if somebody else has a different idea. But man, that Kelia is just so much fun to play with.
Yeah, it is.
Now, here's the thing about where. Oh, whoops! I lost my page here. Okay, so we got Thaddeus Brood, General Sloan, Kelia, Tarsa, and I guess, and that's it. So, if I was gonna rank them, I'd probably put Kelia first. Man, I know you love death, but for some reason I really, really enjoy playing with General Sloan. So I would probably put General Sloan next. I know. But here's the thing. I love playing with General Sloan. Although the cards that you are putting together with Thaddeus Brood right now sound like a much more fun deck.
Yeah, and so it depends on your style. All right, so for the second place, it is. Or for the next one, Will of D. What's his account name?
So Will of D is going to be, it's McCoy, MACOY 14.
And done. McCoy 14. It's on its way. All right. Anybody else around that's won? Otherwise, we'll go with the whatever the group says.
All right. So Gravity's saying Sloan, then Thaddeus. Interesting. Druids is saying Tarsa.
Tarsa all first. Right, so Tarsa's next. All right.
So all right. If you want to go with Tarsa, we'll do Tarsa next.
All right. Okay. Yep.
Wait, you're still working on Will's right now, right?
No, Will's done. He's all set.
Will's done. All right. So let's do Tarsa next. Wouldn't have been my pick, but Drew's blood.
I'm just going by what you guys are saying. All right. So Tarsa. Who do we have here? Tarsa. Oh, wait, did I say Tarsa? I meant Kelia, but never mind. Doesn't matter.
Wait, Lapsus, are you number 2? Are you Malden? MALDIN?
Oh, then there we go. That'll be great.
We're gonna see if that's if you're here and want to pick from the remaining ones. I wasn't sure what your I know you come through often, but I wasn't sure what your IGN is.
Excellent.
Awesome. Congratulations. Okay, which one would you like? So of the remaining ones here, We have Death, Thaddeus Brood, Life, General Sloan, Water, Kelia, and then Fire, Tarsa.
That's super cool.
So go ahead and let us know. And then, sorry to DarkestNyte. He's got to keep going.
Oh, I don't mind. This is like great for me.
But appreciate all you guys coming through. The cards are there. Thanks to both. Amelo, glad to hear it. Willie D, thanks. Are glad to hear it. Thanks for confirming, guys.
Oh, she wants Kelia.
Kelia. That was my pick.
I called it.
That was
my
pick. So much fun.
All right, we got Murray
okay.
Valley.
So
you were here for this lapsus. You get an extra card as a bonus.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So you'll get to plug and play. But I just the water team is just so powerful.
Yeah.
I really, really like it.
All right, make sure I got everything.
I should say water.
Let's see. Oh, Kelia. Oh, I'm not even close to done. Okay, there we go. And we went flying squid. Oh, I love flying squid. So good.
I love flying squid in gold. Once you get blind, it's coming so handy for me.
Yeah.
Now you know who you don't have on your life team that I'm surprised by is Time Mage. Have you used Time Mage? Do you not like Time Mage? I'm just curious.
Well, I don't have a maxed out one, so tell me why. Like, is it one that I need to get?
So I really like Time Mage in gold. One, obviously, it slows down your opponents, but in gold, you get the rust ability, so it removes all of the what's that called? All armor, or at least two armor. And I feel like if you're going with a very heavy range team, that can come in very handy.
Yeah, you know, it's a good point. That is a good point. Maybe I'll have to do that. But I don't typically play with General Sloan, though.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, the things, the other cards that you gave are all staples, right? So Uriel is actually an awesome card.
It is.
I don't like the recharge ability, but he's the only one that makes it worth it.
So I'll tell you from a recharge, right? What I like to use it against are things that have a lot of healing, right? So it's great against Bakjira, Cube, anything like that. It just wipes them right out, right? Because typically what happens is you don't do enough damage. If you're hitting every other turn or every turn, it would just heal it right back up, right? But if you're doing 3 times the damage, and if you have Inspire, right, then you can do. I mean, I've done upwards, I think, of 18 points of damage. So it just wipes it right out.
You can knock them out in one turn.
Yeah. So it's I mean, it's not necessarily even situational, right? Because 18 points of damage to anything is typically gonna take it out.
Yeah.
Now, what would be great if it had Pierce, and that would be great for the next summoner if it had Pierce.
If there's a legendary summoner that has Pierce, or actually, what I was thinking is if a dragon summoner has Pierce, because then you could kind of play with all of the recharge monsters if there's more, or if there end up being more.
That would be insanity.
Absolutely. All right.
Are
you ready for the next one?
So Lopsis, did you can you confirm you got the delegation?
Yeah, Lopsis, please go ahead and confirm that. It looks like we're just gonna give Auberd Tarsa. So if you want to go ahead and just get started with that. And then there's only a couple more left. So
okay, so let's see. That was a longer list because there were more cards in that one. So give me a second.
True.
Oh, but you know what? I made a group out of this one. Oh, this was something new. So what I didn't realize on Peak Monsters, you can only make two sets. Is that correct?
Wait, I thought you. I've only ever made one set, but I always thought that you could make like unlimited. 2. Oh, it's 2?
Yeah, it's only 2.
Oh, that's kind of annoying then.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
that's the one I made though.
It still comes in handy for you. Now, do you delegate? Because you delegate cards between like your account and your family's account, right?
Yeah. Oh, just from DarkestNyte.
Oh, just from DarkestNyte. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So Willie D is saying, "Wow, you delegate to them. Wow, having those max cards on gold is really a big help." Don't thank me. Thank DarkestNyte, who went through and got all these cards maxed out just to delegate to you guys. So it's these decks will take you very far, no matter if you're in silver or gold. I mean, you'll not only have the power, but hopefully the fighting ability.
Yeah.
So Laps is saying you can make more sets in Peak Monsters when they put that out for PKM. Oh, is it going to be one of those things where, like, depending on how much PKM you hold, you can make more sets? Look at them. See, this is what we need. This is what SPS needs. It needs utility. It needs some kind of ongoing utility. See, there's already going to be upcoming utility for PKM. So come on, take some notes, Splinterlands
All right.
teams.
So this is who's next? Oh, Auburn. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
AUBR. Oh, Aubrid. Sorry.
Auburn. Yep.
AUBRYD.
Done. So one of or two of his cards are in lock. So I'll give him an extra day just to make sure he's good. And then who's next?
Next up is I'm trying to think of. Wait, we've done 4 already, right?
Yes.
So it's just beat by a noob and then
Yep.
and Antonio. So what are the 2 decks that we have left? I think it's
Thaddeus Brood.
Oh, Thaddeus and okay. So let's
General Sloan.
Let's just go Thaddeus and then General Sloan. So if you want to do Thaddeus for beat by a noob.
Yep. And I already have that group made, so that's great.
There you go. Yep. So just straight up beat by a noob. And then the next one is going to be General Sloan, and that's going to I'll help you spell this one out.
Yeah, not a problem. Let's make sure I got it right.
So how is everybody doing today with this absolute bloodbath that is happening in the markets? I think one of the big news topics for today too is the fact that we have hit the peg. We've hit the peg more than 2 months before the end of the airdrop. So, like, if you're not aping into DEC right now, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I still think that we can go well below the peg. I don't know what, like, DarkestNyte, and you don't have to answer this right now, but like when you look out at like the macro landscape and what's going on, for me, I just don't see a necessary, like, I don't see things turning around very quickly. Like, I know we're in it and it feels awful right now, and I'm not trying to be like extra fudster here. Yeah. But it's just like, there's still global conflict happening. Like inflation still came in at 8% today. So they're going to keep rates hiked. Like even the stock market was down today still. Like, so I feel like we haven't felt maximum pain yet.
So, well, a lot of people are feeling pain right now, right? There are people that took a lot of their savings and went into some of these assets. There are a lot of people that bought this stuff on leverage. Those people have all been wiped out at this point, right? So, as long as you weren't in doing leverage, which I never do leverage, right, for this very reason, harder won assets, you invest them and they'll go up and down. But for me, and I think I've said this before, this was never meant to, I'm not a day trader, right? This is for long-term around projects that I have faith in, right? I have faith in Bitcoin because of the fundamentals of it, right? I have faith in Ethereum. I have faith in Splinterlands, right? Because it doesn't matter how much each of these resources cost. I'm still going to play every day. Right. I'm still going to do my quests and I'm still going to get excited when I get a legendary card. Right. Regardless if it's worth $1 or not. I don't care. Right. Seeing that card shaking is awesome. Right. Hanging out, doing stuff like this. Right. That hasn't changed. Right. Because of the price of the cards. It doesn't matter at all. Right? Even the winners. I mean, it's delegations. Right. There's no dollar value for them, right? But they get to play with cards that are maxed out and they get to have a good time with them. Yeah. So for us, I don't think anything has changed, right? But if you're an investor, then you're very nervous right now, right? And you're going to do things that nervous people do, right? You're going to sell at the bottom, which is we all know not to do.
Don't do that.
Right? So, like, how many times you have to hear that same message? Don't sell at the bottom. Now you run the risk of being wiped out and it going to zero, and projects do go to zero, right? But I don't think Splinterlands is going to be one of them, right? Like, what's the alternative? Like, what out there is better than Splinterlands right now? If you're gonna play, is there anything?
I mean, the only other big projects that I'd been hearing about, like, one was DeFi Kingdoms, and they went through some major kind of not hack, but some kind of exploit that, like, crippled that. I mean, the Luna Terra project, that's not a game, but still that whole ecosystem seems like at the bottom right now.
Right.
And then everything else, like all these big games that were being talked about, like Illuvium and Star Atlas, none of that is out yet. So it's an unproven concept to me, right? And so like, sure, maybe those, like if you want to come in and buy like bargain bin prices on those, but if you're looking at like stuff that is out, proven, been around for a bear market, like to me, that's Splinterlands all the way. And sure, the tokenomics for SPS don't look great still, but at least it gets you something, right? Like you come in, you buy SPS. Here's what I think about: like you come in and you buy SPS, which is like under 7 cents right now, which is crazy, right? You come in, you could load up a bag, throw it in, and just start staking it. You start earning more, but more than that, you start picking up vouchers. And if you're playing this game, you're going to want vouchers for when Rift Watchers comes out. So if you don't want to be buying those off the market.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No. If you don't want to be buying, I was just gonna say, if you don't want to be buying those off the market, then I love it, man. Take your energy. Let's go. What were you gonna say?
No, like we all know what's coming in a couple of weeks, right? We have the validators, right? So if you're planning on getting a validator, this is the time to do that. This is the time to get your SPS and your vouchers going. Right, it's not going to get any cheaper. Well, and maybe it will get more.
It may be.
It may over the next couple of days, right? But when vouchers go live, what you think the price of SPS is still going to keep going down? No, right? There's going to be serious buy pressure there. So, because I mean, I'm getting a validator, right? And the guys in the guild are talking about doing a pool for a validator.
Ooh, right? Is that happening? Because I don't think I'm confident enough to get a validator myself, but I would be willing to contribute to a pool.
Yeah, again, it's all about where you think this game is going, right? Do you believe that it's going to be around a year or 2 or 3? I think it will, right? And you mentioned Illuvium, right? And I was kind of alluding to that yesterday. So imagine, because if you've seen and I'm an investor in Illuvium, right? So when you
remember you're staking, right? You're staking.
I'm staking, yeah. So at its height is when I went in. So if you look at some of the sample play, right, the trailers, imagine that you have cards, right, that we see in 3 dimensions just like that. You know, I think Splinterlands has an opportunity to be an Illuvium killer, to be honest. They could totally combine land, right? We already have that, and combine the combat, and maybe every piece of land has its own little arena. We don't know.
Yeah.
Right. But I wouldn't mind hosting an arena on my, on one of my lands at all.
That would be so fun, wouldn't it?
It would
land is just going to be something else, but I don't think we're going to get that for a couple of years at this point. But still, land is just going to change everything when it actually happens.
Yep.
Okay, all right, I'm
gonna do the last one.
Do you think I'll catch up on some of the comments here? Give me a moment. Absolutely. All right, so this makes me want to buy a Carnage Titan. Gravity pushes. I'm just collecting cards so one day I can move to Seattle and retire in comfort. Well, Gravity pushes. I hope that works out for you, and I hope it works out sooner rather than later. Fun for all is in the house. What's going on? I'm here for the next halving at least, so I'm just chilling, not looking. I think honestly, so to put things in perspective for everybody, or to level set perspectives, I really think that you should just be prepared to grind it out for another 2 to 3 years. Yeah. The next Bitcoin halving is not happening until like roughly this time, 2024. I think it's April or May 2024. So, we might just be ranging sideways for 2 years as Bitcoin did. And to DarkestNyte's point earlier, like I checked out after the big bull run in 2017. Like I held, right? I learned how to be a hodler. And I had been buying Bitcoin as low as like 3K, 4K, and then I was still buying all the way to the top. But then when everything crashed and it was down for like a year, 2 years, I stopped paying attention. Whereas this time around, I think crypto's just in a different spot. But more importantly, this game is going to keep things interesting for me over the next 2 years, 2-3 years. Whereas I won't really care what's happening with the price of Bitcoin. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. People are going to make money on the trades. I'm just going to keep on accumulating whatever I can, but I'm still going to be very focused on I'm still going to be very focused on crypto in general and play to earn and all like this whole space just because of this game. All right, so let's see. So Labs is saying, I'm currently thinking of investing in DEC. It's below and still gives a lot of airdrop points. I agree. Here's the thing. I don't know how quickly it'll go back to its peg. The only thing that I'll say about this is that they've talked about offering packs for 4,000 DEC rather than 4,000 credits. So if you want to buy in-game stuff, your DEC will always have that peg value once that's out. But in terms of like when there's going to be enough buy pressure, it might be a while lapses. So if you think that you're getting like a sweet deal now because you're buying it, 10% off, and you're gonna make a quick 10% gain by next week, I didn't know that that's gonna happen necessarily.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And your friend bought 2 million DC. It could. My friend bought 2 million DEC today. Awesome. In my state, Splinterlands is the only one I can earn in. Gravity pushes. Okay, that's good. So bothering about today's or this week is not investing. Well said, Druid's Blood. Druid's Blood is in for 10 validators. Let's go. Southeast Asia. Sorry, I'm US based, so that always looks like Seattle to me. But Southeast Asia sounds dope. Are you gonna go to Chiang Mai? How much SPS do you have? Aftermath. Is that me? Am I Aftermath?
So this last one goes to Ant Perrier. Junior. So Ant Perrier Jr. Perriera Jr.
Yeah, Ant Pereirajar. How much SPS do I have? I crossed 6 figures recently, so I'm sitting pretty well. I just wish that I had more dry powder right now to throw into SPS, because 7 cents is just, I don't know, that's too good. You know what though? I mean, I'm kind of just sitting on my hands right now because I had a decent chunk in UST, which is the stablecoin that is now off of its peg. So I'm just curiously watching to see what happens there. But if it does go back to its peg, that may be something where I just liquidate it once it's back at its peg and throw that into SPS, because I feel more confident in SPS right now than in many other projects. Like these days, I don't know, DarkestNyte, I'm curious to get your opinion. Days like today where you just see the blood red in the markets, like this is where like the Bitcoin maxi in me comes out, where I'm just like, yeah, like all these other projects could potentially die. Like Bitcoin won't, and Ethereum is probably getting to that point where it has a high chance of surviving. But well, I don't know. What do you think? Are you willing to share some of the other
so I would
you have in your portfolio?
Yeah, so Bitcoin was made with all the things that are important for a digital asset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, digital gold. So it's divisible, it's scarce. What are the other things? It's transportable. It's literally digital gold, right? Ethereum, I would say it's basically like digital oil, right? It kind of fuels a lot of the things that are happening out of the blockchain. However, but one of the important things that Ethereum has that the other coins don't have is they have a massive developer pool, right? I think there are over 2,000 developers. People are constantly developing and making new use cases and such forth. So it's not going to go away anytime soon. And we often hear about Ethereum killers, right? But they have a fraction of the developers, and they're never going to really be able to, not anytime soon. They may eventually, but there's so much development going on in Ethereum. Well, that's the same thing that Agrode has done with Splinterlands, right? He's brought in all these developers, right? And there are, I mean, comparatively speaking, right?
Sure. I mean, the team has grown. There's no denying that. So you're right.
So as long as they say that they're not letting developers go, right? That'll be a sign that there's a problem. And you guys were talking last week about the development cycle, right?
Sure. Yeah.
They're learning the hard way that when you bring in a whole bunch of developers, it's almost going to be impossible to stay on schedule, right? The managing, and I do IT, right? So managing developers is very similar to managing artists, like someone painting you a picture, right? You can say, hey, you want it by next week, but it's an artistic process, right? So they may not feel like, painting a picture today or doing a painting today, and they may not do their best work, and you may not like what they produce to you, right? So at the end of the day, they're just going to learn the hard way, right? That it's more than math, coding up some stuff in the middle of the night, right?
Yeah.
It's a team of people all with different portions, and some people are just going to be late, right? So, but again, as long as they have an idea, but I'll tell you honestly, I don't care if we don't get enough after the reward rework. They can just not do anything else for a year, and I would be happy with that, right?
I need modern format.
Well, so
But yeah.
again, but what if they get modern format wrong, right?
Mm,
So, and I think the
okay.
rework and the modern format are going to work together, so that people that are in modern are going to get some healthy rewards, and then the people that are in wild are going to get some really healthy rewards, right? And
Mhm.
guess what's not going to be in the wild format? All the bots, right? Because those
You
cards,
think
I
so?
don't think they're going to be there at all,
Mm.
right? So I think there's going to be a desire for more people to go play in wild, right? Because the problem with the bots, like that's the thing, they're stealing money from us, right? But there won't be there in wild, and I think the prizes are going to be just pretty
Why do you
extensive
think that they would be in modern though? Because I
because
feel
the
like
cards
if
are cheaper,
there's
right? The cards are cheaper. So literally, if you
sure,
look at
okay.
today's events, right? You could, again, the key is they won't get rewards from starter cards, right? Well, today you can replace all of those starter cards with real cards, and you're off and running. There's no
Sure.
impact.
But the starter cards should be the same across both modern and wild.
Well, but there are no wild mod cards. They won't be able to be used in wild, right? The starter cards we have now are only for modern.
Uh
Yeah, if you look at them
Interesting.
now, you can pull it up.
No. Wait. Okay. So hold on. You're kind of making me think about this in a different way. So I was still assuming that if you wanted to play in Wild, you would still get the modern starter cards. But what if you don't get any
Oh, I
cards in
see what
Wild?
you mean. I see what
Whoa.
you mean. Yes, the
That would be
modern
that'd be
players.
something interesting though. Can you imagine if Wild was just for players who own their cards? The incentive to play in Wild then would be pretty good.
Yeah, but they're not going to be super competitive, though. I mean, well, we don't know. Well, we actually don't know. So maybe they will be because some of these decks are pretty good. Actually, I
Yeah.
stand corrected. If you have modern, you can go to play in wild. If you have wild, you can't go play and use those
Oh,
cards
the
from
other way
modern.
around.
That's
Okay.
right. I stand corrected. Oh,
Yeah.
so all cards have been given out. So congratulations, guys. And
Congrats to everybody. Thank you all for participating. This is a
totally
lot
want
of
to hear
fun.
some of the stories.
Yeah.
You know,
So, I mean, I do live streams here a couple times a week. I'm not going to hold DarkestNyte to it, but whenever he wants to come back, he's welcome to. So definitely let us know either in the comment section or come through on one of the usual live streams and let us know how the cards are working out for you. Because the main reason we did it this way was because we wanted to hear some feedback. What do you like about the teams? What do you not like about the teams? How much did it help you? Like, were you able to get somewhere, or did it end up being a waste of time? I hope that's not the case, but
yeah.
um, I would say pretty confidently if it didn't help you get to a higher league or level than you normally are, it might be user error. So you might have to go back to the drawing board and just work on strategy because the cards are there and they can do some serious damage.
Well, given how well everybody did, I'm going to say it's not going to be user error. Ever.
True. I
And
mean, you don't win 24 games for nothing, right? So
yes, exactly. So, but and because of that, if you guys have any feedback on how you would have changed the makeup of the deck, that's going to be important information, right?
that's good.
So yeah.
Actually, I'll be more interested to know, um, as like an additional point to this is if you played the deck, but maybe substituted a card that you have for one
Yes.
that was in there because the strategy or meta worked better. I think that would be good feedback. I mean, for everyone to kind of
Yeah.
learn, different ways that you could go about it.
Yeah. So my prediction is that the Kelia deck is going to dominate everything, especially with the extra card I sent. Oh, I think I sent. Let me make sure I sent that.
It dominates in silver and it dominates in gold for me. So I think you're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Ghostly BG, I bought 2,000 SPS, but feel like I need to buy 20,000. Yeah, I mean, look, my long-term goal is 7 figures. I would love to get 1 million, but I'm still a ways away from there. But this is one of those times where I'm just like, man, this is the closest that I'll ever be to hitting that goal. So I got to figure out how to get some extra cash. I gotta figure out how to get my money out of UST because that'll be bad. Gravity Push is the
Can you not just do a swap for something else?
well, so it's a stable coin, right? So I put it in, I put in X amount of dollars at that, but it's off its peg and it was valued at like 44 cents today. So essentially whatever
Oof.
value I put in as like a dollar stable coin was at sitting at like 44%. I don't
So
know what it's at now.
so even stable coins didn't save you from
Nope.
the
Well,
losses that we suffer today.
so the thing is, UST was so popular because it was an algorithmically designed stablecoin, right?
Mhm.
So it wasn't backed one to one with anything.
Yeah.
So like USDC, GUSD, BUSD, like all those seem to be doing fine because they're backed with actual dollars,
Right.
whereas this stablecoin was backed with Luna, and then they bought several $billion worth of worth of Bitcoin, and it just ended up being this cascading thing because as soon as it was taken off of its peg, like
Mhm.
somebody dumped, I guess the price for Luna. It's out there, but like essentially somebody dumped the price for Luna, and then in order to keep it on its peg, they had to take their Bitcoin reserves, sell those, which then dumps the Bitcoin market, which then just has this
Oh,
cascading effect, right? So if you're going to sell like several $billion worth of Bitcoin, and then it was just this back and forth cycle. So what's interesting, and I need to dig further into this, but it seems like it was a coordinated attack by somebody who had several $billion
yeah.
trying to take this project down, which you and I kind of get into if we want to put our tinfoil hats on a little bit.
Yeah.
Like these types of attacks are going to continue happening, like
Yeah.
on crypto. And even like I don't even know that Bitcoin's necessarily safe from an attack attempt. I think that it survived enough attacks now that it's not invincible, but it'll take a hit, but it's never gonna die, right? It's fully
Right.
decentralized.
Right.
But it's like, hey, like when everything was going red 2 months ago, Terra Luna was hitting new all-time highs.
I remember
And
that. I saw that.
and,
Yeah.
and somebody was just like, well, you can't have this like Ethereum competitor come in, so
Yeah.
let's go in and take them out.
Yeah. I mean, again, it could be that, but I remember, I think it's maybe last August, where there was a targeted attack against one of the billionaires, and they never said who, that had put a bunch of money into Bitcoin, and they were trying
Oh,
to tank the price to make them leave the billionaires club, right? Like they were just dumping a ton of money to make that happen. It
I
could have
remember
been Elon. We don't know.
this was wait, this was last May with the whole
Yeah,
Elon thing.
yeah. It happened in May
Yeah,
throughout all of like June, July.
yeah.
So it took a while,
I
and
I remember seeing that rumor or theory floating around too.
yeah. And there's a type of attack. It's called, I can't remember what it is, but it's back from like the early 1900s. I'm sure somebody in the yeah. Well, there we go. Yeah. So Ghostly BG, yeah. Black Rocket Citadel. They're all in
Yep.
on it, and it
Yeah.
was crazy. But that's the effect, right? When you have so many people, a consolidation of assets,
Hmm.
it's rife with manipulation, right? Cryptocurrency is super easy to manipulate because there isn't
There's no regulation.
yes, no regulations. Also, though, but it's on us to do our research, right? We know at this point in the game not to invest in tokens and coins that are consolidated in like a few wallets, right? Like we know like not to do that.
Yeah.
So, but we had to learn over time not to do that. So when I evaluate a project, and if I see, you know, 99.9% of all the tokens in one wallet, and then everybody else has the rest, that's a rug pull like ready to happen, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think I would do that. But the problem is that new people coming into the space don't know that, and no one's telling them that, so they get taken for a ride. They lose all their money, and then they think crypto in general is a scam, right? But it's not a scam. You just didn't know what to avoid, and you didn't do what the first thing is, which is to do your research,
Hmm.
right?
You read something on the internet and you went and threw money at it, which is
I
not a
mean, you
good
might as
way
well
to
just throw it
operate.
out your car,
Yeah.
right, out your window. So anyway, uh,
It reminds me of like early internet days where it's just like, people were afraid to, like, people were just getting scammed left and right,
yeah,
but that didn't kill the internet, right?
no,
Like the internet just learned to adapt, and people,
right,
I would say if anything, people got smarter because they're like,
yeah,
oh, Like, like how much like scam crap do you get like thrown every single day? Like, I don't even think about it. Like, I have my own filter. I don't click on anything now. So.
Exactly. Nothing at all. And so it's funny you mentioned that. I remember when the internet first came out, right? Like I was one of the first people that used it commercially. Literally, I worked for Delta Airlines, and they built an ISDN line in my house so I could have access to the internet.
That's awesome.
And all I did was game with it, right? Like if anybody's listening, but that's all I did with it. Is I gamed with it. I was playing EverQuest and World of Warcraft and all that stuff. But a lot of people thought that the internet itself was a fad. It was just going to go away. And a lot of the same arguments I hear about crypto, it's exactly the same thing as it was 20 years ago. And I'm sure most of the people in this in the comments would agree or have heard this is a once in 1,000-year technology, right? Like this time is never going to come again. They will write stories about all the things that we have done. We're going to do with crypto, and they will look back on these times, even the Splinterlands, right? There'll be a story about Splinterlands, right? And they'll say it was one of the early providers. Now, hopefully, it won't be like Alta Vista, if any of you guys remember what that is.
Yep.
Right? Hopefully, it'll be more like one of the other six, Google, maybe. We hope, right? So, Anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool, man. Another successful tournament, man.
Yeah. Should we go ahead and start wrapping up here then?
It's on you. Yep, I'm good.
All right. So
hey, you know what we could do? One last giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Let's do what I'll send you. I'll send you something. Oh, you know what I want to do? Oh, so when I bought, we're gonna do something cool. I'm gonna send you something. Don't say what it is until you have the winner. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. This will be shocking. So
you're gonna send it to me in game, right?
I'm gonna send it to you in game first because you're gonna give it.
Okay. So I wanna make sure that
you're gonna love it.
I hide it.
This is not a delegation. This is an actual
giveaway.
Yeah, just give me just find it real quick.
Go ahead and hide my screen here then.
There we go.
So Lapsus, by the way, I have a video suggestion for you. I wrote a post today about quest potions. If they're worth it again, check my post on PT. Ooh, Lapsus, I would love to. Would you like me to cover your post in a video? What is just if you could link me to the post, that'd be great. If not, I'll try to go look for it after this.
This is not a mistake what I just sent you.
All right, I'm looking at it now. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That is pretty sweet.
Somebody's gonna be super happy in the stream.
Okay. So hold up. My little wheel thing is frozen. So
and ironically, it's already gone up by about 10%.
That's crazy.
Yep.
May I ask how many you got?
Of those?
Yeah.
800. 800 of the one BCX ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I still have one for myself.
I put so when everything started crashing, when you messaged me, like I haven't even checked to see if the orders were filled, but I put orders for Pelacor Mercenary, Pelacor Bandit, and Pelacor Conjurer. Yeah. And I put bids for them at $0.015 for 1,000 BCX each. So
I'm sure that
I'm hoping they get filled.
I'm pretty sure they got filled because mine went through immediately. So.
All right, so sorry. This wheel of names thing is,
and the irony, right? When you give out the card, and we'll talk about that, and then we can probably wrap on that, right? Is how good that card is, right? And how outrageously good it is. But there's so many of them that I don't think people really understand how good the card is itself.
Yeah,
especially at max.
All right, guys. So DarkestNyte just is endless with the amount of generosity. So we are doing a giveaway of a pretty good giveaway here. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna share it with you. We're not gonna share it with you until we pick a winner. So if you have not commented in the last like 2 or 3 minutes, just go ahead and comment now. I'm gonna pull in all of the names from there. So let me give you guys like 10 seconds to do that, and then we will go ahead and pull a winner. So Razor Games, Gravity Pushes here. Orlordo's in the house. What's going on, Orlordo? How are you? Liberty Guy off the grid. Thanks for having
Antonio
DarkestNyte
finally
on.
showed up.
Oh, Antonio's here. Antonio, you did not get first place, but you still placed. And I believe we sent you General Sloan. So if you could let us know, make sure you got it.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So
no. He got the Thaddeus Brood.
Oh, Thaddeus Brood. Okay, sorry.
Yep.
All right. So I see a potato here. I see good luck to all. All right. Everybody's commenting. If you want to get in on this, make sure you comment. We got a smaller group here tonight, so the chances of you winning are significantly higher, I will say. Yep. All right. So let me go ahead.
These are the ride or dies.
These are the ride or dies. I know. I mean, these streams are like not usually when I do them, so I appreciate you guys kind of hopping in. I will still be live tomorrow, so don't you worry about that.
Yep.
All right, so let me pull in participants.
And so I'll say to you, Antonio, let's go Brazil.
Let's go Brazil. All right, so I'll share my screen in a second, guys. I'm just trying to get this all ready here. I'm gonna have to do the thing where I like delete this stuff again. So advanced. I don't know why this has like been much slower. Okay. We are going to pull a random winner. All right, ready?
Ready, let's do it.
Here we go. This is for the zip. Can't say it yet. I'm going to have DarkestNyte reveal it. And
look at that. It will fit very well with what we got.
Wow.
Congratulations,
perfect.
Man.
All right. So, Antonio, congratulations on winning. I'm going to go ahead.
You can just show it. You just show it in your, you can show it. It's good.
Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and I need to go ahead and find it, but it was just sent to me. It is looking very good, and it is a maxed out Pellicore Deceiver. So you're gonna get a maxed out rewards card right now. And let me. If you can go ahead and confirm your in-game username, Antonio, or just type it out for me. I know it's hard for me to remember, but I'll go ahead and send it to you right now.
Right. So Alordo, that's so yes, everything is on sale, and again, Antonio gets the benefit of that for right now. So
yes. So what do you get? Let's go through this while he's sending me his thing. So you're gonna get level 10. This dude has 2100 power. So if you're playing in bronze or silver, well, if you're playing in bronze, this is definitely gonna get you to silver very quickly.
Yep.
You get flying, you get backfire, which I'm a big fan of.
Crazy.
And then retaliate. I don't even have mine at retaliate yet. So
yep.
But
well, for $6.40, you can.
I know.
Right, like today's the day. Right? Like they're at 8 cents right now. No, they're not. Wait, actually,
no, they're like a penny and a half right now. So
well, no. If you look at estimated value, oh, that's because those are 5 BCX. There we go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, these are all mine. So I'm like slowly building them up.
Yes. So last but again, I agree that it is super underrated. And I mean, just throw that thing in the back in the back of your team, and just let people let any stealth just bump their heads on that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And even if someone eventually hits it, then you're going to do some damage back. Right. Yeah. And if you have, Spirit Hoarder, so that you can get some triage.
Oh, you're set, man.
Yeah, you are super set. Right.
I mean, he's great to use in the back, especially if you have something like, Super Sneak or one of those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic card for that.
Because he's going to get his hits in on his attack. And then if they attack you and miss, they're going to take 2 points of damage. And if you hit them, there's a chance at retaliate, right, for an extra hit. Like it's just a brutal card.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of these rewards cards, man. People just are not seeing it right now. I feel like it's just this is the time. Go in, max everything out. Like once you've maxed everything out, then like come back and start complaining because then it's like, okay, you're ready to go.
Right. And the thing is, 2 years from now, we're going to be talking about, hey, remember when you gave out that Pellicore Deceiver on the live stream? And now it's like $1,000. Like that could be a thing, right? Like we'll all be like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that.
I can't wait. Hopefully I can grow this channel to like have like somebody who can like go through stuff and then just like clip all these old videos of like where I'm talking about, man, and that one time SPS crashed to 7 cents and like now it's $7.
Yep.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. And don't sleep on even the flight, right? Like we all, I know I hate whenever I see the earthquake rules that come up. I'm like, oh my God. Right. And having any card with flight on that is just excellent. So
yeah, this one, Pellicor Mercenary, I'm a big fan. I mean, actually, all the Pellicor cards are
all good. Yeah,
are quite good. I don't think I've come across a Pellicor card that I don't really like yet.
Nope. No.
Cool. All right. So Antonio, I mean, I already have your username, so I'll just go ahead and send this to you once DarkestNyte and I sign off.
Yep.
So DarkestNyte, is there anything you want to close with? First of all, I just want to say thank you again for taking the time tonight. Thank you again for offering up your cards, your collection power, and your deck to help all the people in this community. I think you've heard it from them. People are very appreciative. So we love it, man. So just appreciate you.
Yep. Just have fun, guys. It's even through the ups and downs, just have fun, right? This is one of the few projects that you can still have fun even during a bear market, right? We had a ball tonight, no one's crying, right? So, right. And we all see it for what it is, an opportunity. And regardless of even if the cards go down to, even a fraction of what they are now, we're still going to be using them and we're still going to be competitive and playing. So
for sure. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and close it out here. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So I'll catch you guys all later. If you are available tomorrow or tonight, whatever time. Sorry, not you. I mean, I'll be, it's just funny because I'm going to be back live probably in about 12 hours from now for my usual live streams on Thursday morning. So
I will try to make it.
I will see you guys then. DarkestNyte will try to be there as well. But yeah, we'll catch you all later. Have a good one.
Take care, guys.